Hello virtual creatures, I want to introduce to you to La Mamalona. This bike and I have a long history together. It used to take me to my job. We are talking about a trip of 29 kilometers to get there, 58 in total per day. Yeah, I was a nut fuck back in the day, but at least I got a good set of ass and legs. This used to control the light system. I had to have one because some days my shift started early in the morning, like 6 a.m., and I had to take in consideration 1.5 hours for the trip. So believe me, you need lights at 4:30 a.m. Those holes drill is where the battery used to be. I will show you that on a future video, but mainly I decided to just start with the whole bike restoration because I'm really attached to this bike and I still use it on a daily basis. Here I realize that the wheel is bent, just a little bit. I don't know how to fix that, to be honest. I just took it with a friend of mine that knows how to fix it. If you're interested in that, I left a link in the description with my boy Joy Mesa. It was one of the best videos I found addressing this issue. So first things first, I removed the passenger pegs and I finally got rid of that piece of junk, which was making a lot of noise whenever I rode the bike. Then my plan was just to remove the wheel, making sure to drop my tool with style, but kinda forgot to remove the brake pads. I just used my handy hex key or Allen wrench. I figured out that this screw was no longer holding the mud guard. Also, I needed to get rid of this rivet to finally lose the mud guard. In order to do that, I first needed to remove the bike kickstand. And I totally forgot to record that part. Let's jump to this part where I just rip off the rivet that holds the mud guard. On this next section, I began to disassemble the whole bike again, starting with the cargo rack and the rear wheel again. Well, just remember that I began this project because the mud guards were falling apart and driving me nuts, mainly because of the noise. And again, I used this bike to go everywhere, so I really needed to be functional until I was able to get all the replacement parts. Here I had to remove the seat because it was broken. Not sure if it can be appreciated, but the plastic which it's supposed to hold the spring was shattered. Bloody unfair since I really liked his seat. Over here we can take a look on how much rust this piece has accumulated. To remove the handlebar grips, you need to use a flathead screwdriver. If you want to keep them, be gentle, but use moderate force. In my case, I bought new ones, so I tried to rip them off right away. And all it takes is just some twisting and turning. The rest of this disassembling process is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm just going to shut the fuck off and let you enjoy the music. Ah, yes, over here I got stuck literally. Bloody handlebar won't move a millimeter, so I really struggle with it. Instead of using my head and just apply some DW40, instead of that I just kinda remember some basic physics and I use this hole as a fulcrum. Yep, there you go. A good advice about removing tires is to precisely use pivoting points to make it easier. As you can see, I am using tools to ease the work. Here I realized I was missing this tool to completely remove the bike pedals. Also, I don't know how to remove the chain, so I decided to take it back to my buddy who knows how to do that. The same one who aligned the wheel. And unfortunately I don't have any footage of that. At this point I focus on removing the paint using this steel brush tip on my drill. I thought it will be a breeze, but no, you will need to use sandpaper to remove it better. Also, at this point, I stopped recording a lot. I thought there was no point showing you the tedious and time-consuming sanding process. So let me just show you the results. The next thing I did was to take care of all the rust plaguing La Mamalona. I used muriatic acid for this. The process is quite simple. You just need 2 buckets, plastic gloves, and if possible get full face protection. I recently got one of those fancy Heisenberg matte cooking masks, but back then I just used some safety glasses and a regular coronavirus face mask. So in the first bucket, you need to pour enough muriatic acid to immerse the pieces you want to treat. The pieces should stay submerged for only 1 hour. And while you wait, it is really important that you get everything ready to paint the treated pieces right away. Also, on the second bucket, you will need to dilute baking soda. I used 30 grams of it Then, after waiting that hour, the next step is to neutralize the acid with the diluted baking soda. And remember, use primer and then paint the surface of the treated pieces right away. Otherwise, rust will return as fast as my suicidal thoughts. For real, I learned this the hard way because I did not had enough time to paint all of my pieces and some of them were rust again by the next day. On this section I was supposed to record the painting process, but once again I focused more into getting it properly done. So this part of the video will be like a PowerPoint presentation. This is how it ended looking. I just applied 2 coats of paint and it was all done by using spray cans. Finally, I began to put the bike together. I used these tools for the whole process. I decided to do this little modification to adapt a chain guard. It took me a while to solve it, but I decided to cut that piece and I used screws to attach the guard to the bike. I think that the final result looks great. And there you go, La Mamalona restored to its full glory. Once again, sorry about not recording the whole process, but at least I hope this is useful or inspiring to perform a restoration like this. So, this is it, homies. Be safe and see you on the next one.
Space.